Good day, colleagues, and welcome to the 10th edition of Let's Talk. We are celebrating Transport Month. As you can see, we are rolling on the highway.
And it's a very warm welcome from me, Tobeka. And as you are aware, colleague, we are also celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we've arranged a special guest to address you on the topic.
And here's the lineup for today.
We take a look at the different modes of public transport used by all. We bring you an exclusive interview with First Lady, Madam Tobeka Zuma, on breast cancer awareness. We introduce our acting CEO to various stakeholders. Our acting CEO, Ms. Pumla Williams, gives us an update on our progress. We also profile our senior communication officers. We conclude the program by giving new staff the opportunity to introduce themselves and say goodbye to those who would be leaving us.
The Gauteng is known to most of us as one of the most effective modes of transport in Gauteng. Having been in operation for more than 2 years now, the Gauteng has been used by more than 10 million passengers, including our very own president and some of the GCIS staff members.
October, being Transport Month, seeks to raise awareness of the importance of transport in the economy and to invite participation from civil society and business towards providing a safer, more affordable, accessible, and reliable transport system for the country. Transport Month is hosted this year under the theme, Working Together to Provide a Safe and Reliable Transport System.
Istimela sika 7 suke Pitori sakugibela lestimela esihamba abasebenzi esigcwele abantu sifuna ukubona ukuthi bahamba kanjani abantu lapha etimeleni sihamba kahle itimela ngesikhathi na bayagcwala abantu noma bagcwala zanele yini noma zanele sasuka lapho sehla kwesinye stage sagibela lesitimela esisho okuthiwa iGauteng train bafike basixoxela indaba ehlukile kunaleya bathi ngalesitimela uma kuthiwe sifika ngo-22 sifika ngo-20 sahamba safika epark stage sasuka epark stage sagibela siyabhaya sabhaya ngempela.
Much easier than...
Yeah, it's fast and cheap.
Fast and cheap. That's very good.
From home, I'm using a taxi. From Park Station, then I took a Gauteng that it takes me to Pretoria Station, where in Pretoria Station, then I'll use a bus that will take me to work. When you are in Gauteng, it's a relaxing environment that you are in. You feel much safer, and you are able to read a newspaper, and you are able to feel more relaxed, you know, and more comfortable on that. Before Gauteng came into place, I normally use my car, and it was a little bit hectic for me because now you spend 2 hours driving. Sometimes because of the traffic, you end up, you know, taking your car for a service after it's either a month or 2 months that you need to take for a car for a service. With the Gauteng, it takes me an hour to be at work. To use a public transport is cheaper, and it saves, you know, the time that you spend on the road.
Madam Tobeka Madiba Zuma, who is the ambassador in women's health in South Africa, is very keen in supporting the victims of breast cancer and also raising awareness about the disease. Let's Talk TV was there to talk to her about the subject.
Thank you very much for joining us today, and welcome to Let's Talk.
Thank you.
You have a vision to see comprehensive cervical cancer prevention becoming a reality in South Africa. Tell us more about your vision.
As a country, we've been reactive as opposed to be proactive when dealing with the diseases. And as the old saying goes, prevention is better than cure. At least we have a population, or rather a generation of young girls that would be safe from getting cervical cancer.
Interesting. Now let's talk about your foundation, the TMZ Foundation. What is it doing to create awareness around women cancers in South Africa?
The foundation is not seeking to reinvent the wheel, but it's looking at the existing gaps in our primary healthcare system and what is being done by the NGOs at grassroots level. So the role of my foundation is that of funding the NGOs that are already doing the work, being placed in this unique position of being the spouse of the president. It's a position of influence, and what better way to use it?
And what are some of the challenges facing African women, especially when it comes to treatment, early detection, diagnosis, and so forth?
Yes, the issues or challenges that exist currently are that of lack of access to healthcare. But not only that, even when a woman has now been queried or rather suspected to have cancer and needs to be referred to the hospitals that are in the cities that have oncology units, it takes too long for referrals to happen.
You seem to be quite busy. I mean, how do you find time? Being the First Lady, a mother, and an activist?
It's ensuring that you plan your day accordingly, and you know that when family time comes, you will not compromise. You will spend time with your kids as if you had nothing else to do. Prioritizing, ensuring that when you see everything, I'm a perfectionist, unfortunately. I want to see everything to the end, and anything to do with me has to be done properly.
What's your perspective on government communication?
I see government communication as the tool or the vehicle for government to communicate its programs and to feature its milestones and to also communicate the challenges that it's facing. I would like to see government communications really being strong on saying, we need, the industry to come and play their role. You can't put profits before people's health.
The Department of Labour is calling on all employers to register their companies with the Compensation Fund to enable their employees to receive all benefits relating to occupational injuries, diseases or death.
My name is Samuel Muriri. I used to be a farm worker. I was involved in an accident that cost me my arms while on duty. Now I'm unable to work for myself. Thanks to the Compensation Fund, who came to my rescue, I now receive a monthly pension. They also assisted me in acquiring prosthetic arms.
The Compensation Fund, working for you.
18 years ago, when the country first celebrated the dawn of a new freedom, my parents celebrated my birth. And today, I celebrate yet another milestone, being part of the first generation of born frees to matriculate. Yet it doesn't end there, because thanks to the many opportunities we have today, I'm going to carry the bat by applying now for my further studies next year. It's simple. I'll apply now to secure my future, the future which will in turn shape my country. I'm Visile Ngube, and I'm a born free.
The matric class of 2012, born with our democracy. Apply now and own the future. Why wait for the January rush when you could apply now for your chosen career path using your June results? Visit www.dhet.gov.za or call toll-free number 0800 872222. Apply now and own the future. Brought to you by the Department of Higher Education and Training.
During October, GCIS hosted 2 separate events, all aimed at introducing the new acting CEO, that is Mrs. Phumla Williams, to our stakeholders. And as you might expect, Let's Talk was there.
The first forum that I attended where I was introduced was the Foreign Correspondence Agency. And I think I must say I was quite encouraged to interact with the audience that is going to be now my client. I found them quite open and welcoming. I also had another interaction with the media industry and also with some of the journalists. And I think the challenge will be on me in making sure that I deliver and make them happy. The engagement between Cabinet led by the Deputy President and SANEF, which is the South African National Editors Forum, I also found it quite exciting because I think you somehow got the feeling that yes, we are South Africans and yes, we have a duty to make sure that the information is out there for the public. I think as government we have a responsibility to look for our own platforms, but equally the media is also addressing the audience that sometimes we may not be able to address. So it is in our interest to make sure that we also service it equally.
Still with our acting CEO, Ms. Phumla Williams, she gave us feedback on the progress done by GCIS thus far, as outlined in our business plan.
Last month in the Let's Talk episode, I promised that I will unpack the annual report, which we recently presented to Parliament. We have received an unqualified report, which is something that a number of departments envy. We would like to emphasize a few deliverables that we committed ourselves. We've been able, through the Vukuzenzele, which is published on a monthly basis, deal with information on the 5 priorities of government. We've been able to reach a plus minus 10.2 million South Africans through this publication. In the previous financial year, we had managed through the public participation outreach program to reach plus minus 17 million. In this year, under a review, we are happy to report that that number has increased to about 21 million. And we are happy to report that GCIS has been in the forefront in achieving the 98% success rate in processing the invoices. We have also been able to host some of our counterparts from the SADC region. In the last financial year, we have been able to host the Mozambicans. As we end the 2012, we will be having a curriculum. We're hoping to have a fully fledged qualification where any government official who enters public service, it will be made mandatory that they go through that training course. Yes, there are certain areas that we need to improve, especially around the procurement. We are beginning to also improve that area of knowledge management, because that is the crux of us being able to accurately report, because the reason we end up being red-carded is actually our failure to record some of the work that we are doing. We are looking forward to work with yourselves in ensuring that we improve that area.
You may be wondering what's happening with the background. Well, we are in McDougall's Bay in Port Nolloth. Now moving on to some serious issues, colleagues. The Chief Directorate, Provincial and Local Liaison is driven by the need to ensure that every South African is empowered with information that can change their lives. Now in this episode, we scheduled Jeffrey van der Merwe to bring you a day in the working life of a senior communication officer. Jeffrey, welcome to Let's Talk.
Thank you, Philemon.
Exactly what do you do as a senior communication officer, and especially in the provinces?
Well, administration forms a big part of our job. Submission of reports, updating WIMs, and capturing the distribution. That is the one part. And then, of course, the planning of events according to your monthly plan. I identified projects. With that comes the needs assessments done in community, the stakeholder engagements in communities, and to various departments as well, ensuring the success of your projects.
You just spoke about you involving stakeholders. Typically, who are these stakeholders?
Well, first of all, Philemon, it depends on the type of the event that you will be hosting in a community. That will determine your stakeholders that are needed for the event. Typically, the departments that are involved with the critical services is the SASSA, the Home Affairs, Labour, Social Development, Department of Health, and then I'm also trying to involve the local municipalities as well as the district municipalities in the projects. You also have the agriculture, the roads and public works, the CIDAS. We're trying to involve all the departments that is in the district.
How wide is the area that you're servicing?
Philemon, this is a very, very vast district. You can travel for up to 600 kilometers in the same district just to a town. And if you look at coming back, you're looking at 1,000 kilometers. For me to travel for a staff meeting, it's 800 kilometers for a staff meeting. So most of these towns are far from government services and stuff. The place that we'll be visiting is Kubus. It's right on the Namibian border, next to the Orange River. We'll have to travel roughly about 80 kilometers gravel road to get to these communities. And this is a deep rural community that is very far from government services.
Provincial and Local Liaison, P&LL for short, provides development communication and information to South African citizens to ensure that they have public information which can assist them in becoming active, informed citizens. There are GCIS offices in each of the 9 provinces. The P&LL also does the coordination of government's Tusong Service Center program. Just like Jeffrey, other senior communication officers, or SCOs for short, across the country are responsible to ensure that there is a continuous exchange of information between government and its people.
Tusong Service Center is 'n een-stop sentrum waar julle verskillende regeringsdienste onder een dak kry. Nou in ons distrik het ons nie 'n Tusong Service Center nie, en dit is waarom ons gebruik maak van 'n mobile Tusong Service Center. So ons beweeg op wiele en ons bring die dienste na die mense toe. Maak gebruik van die dienste sodat dit cost-effective vir government is om uit te kom Kubus en Sandrift toe.
Meneer De Wet, welcome to Let's Talk.
Very well, thank you.
What sort of government service are you here to receive?
Ek is bly vir vandag dat die dienste nader na ons as mense toe gebring is. As gevolg dat ons ver afstande moet ry om by hierdie dienste uit te kom, is dit vandag vir my 'n plesier om te sien dat die dienste na die mens gebring is. Is ek baie bly vir die departement van binneland sake. Want wanneer hier sterfgevalle plaasvind, dan moet ons om 'n doktersverslag te kry, moet ons eers Port Nord of Springbok toe ry.
are here at the GCIS's Northwest office to speak to Joy, who has recently been appointed from being a general assistant to a senior secretary. Let's go find out how she did it.
I started in GCIS in 2008 as the general assistant. My responsibilities were cleaning, managing the post stages, tea duties. I would also assist the secretary in the reception duties. In 2012, I was appointed as the senior secretary for Northwest Provincial Office. Okay, what motivated me? My dreams. It is natural to grow, but what made it possible was that when I started in GCIS, I applied for a bursary. I studied National Diploma in Logistics. Doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have a dream where you are, there's a way out.
Resources like these are very hard to find. Imagine if all of this was gone. My name is Mvumigazi Mcelwane. I'm 16 years old and I come from Port St. John's. I'm the 2012 South African Youth Water Prize winner. My challenge to you is, enter this competition and help us protect our resources. After all, they're all we have.
Have you ever thought about what you can do as a young person to preserve our water resources and thus save the planet and humanity as a whole? Why don't you start thinking about it now by joining other young people in searching for solutions that could save not only us, but future generations too? If you would like to be part of the solution to protect our natural resources, go to our website for more information. Water is life. Let's respect it, conserve it, enjoy it.
It was recently announced that external auditors from Auditor General will be visiting GCIS. But the question is, do we understand their work? Let's take a look.
I'm joined today by Fikile and Rebecca from the Office of the Auditor General. Hi Fikile, hi Rebecca.
Hi.
What are you doing here at GCIS?
Thank you, Tabang, for the opportunity. We are here at GCIS precisely because as the Office of the Auditor General, we are here, GCIS specifically, we have a team that sits here. We are currently doing planning. In the planning phase, we require high-level information, which we also require to do risk assessment of the department. We assess how the internal control are functioning in the department. Then in the end, we express an opinion on the financial statements which the department must present to Parliament.
What kind of assistance do you need from staff?
We require the various information from your supply chain. We require information from HR, your leave records, your overtime records, just different records throughout the audit. We also do what we call the audit of performance information, which is what GCIS, the core mandate of what GCIS is about. We require that throughout the year, there's information that's being filed to save information, and when we need a meeting, maybe to clarify a few things, maybe with certain employees where the information comes from, we like them to be there, cooperate with us, things like that.
What happens in a case where a section is running under a draft policy?
If you're working on a draft, it means it's not approved. If something goes wrong, it's always going to go back to a piece of paper where it started from. And if that piece of paper is not approved, or if something's incorrect, or if it wasn't looked at the correct levels, it always opens doors for more loopholes or anything that can go wrong.
I hope you enjoy your stay here with us and everything goes accordingly. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
GCIS has once again received an unqualified audit report from the Auditor General. All thanks to you, GCIS staff members.
We're sitting here with Suzuki Swa to tell us more about the annual report of GCIS. Suzuki Swa, can you tell us what does this document strive to achieve?
The annual report is therefore the document that would detail the failures, if you like, but largely the achievements or progress made in implementing the strategic plan of a department. The department is required to submit the compiled annual report to the National Treasury and to the Executive Authority. GCIS recently finalized the compilation of its annual report, and it tabled it to the Portfolio Committee in Parliament on the 9th of October.
Where can the staff members find the document?
Once the annual report is finalized, compiled, and filed with the National Treasury and the Portfolio Committee, we then forward it to the Electronic Information Resource, which is the EIR of GCIS, for them to place it on the internet. But the plan that the M&E unit has got for the future is to actually break this big document down, because it's a big document, and translate it and summarize it and get it translated in a newsletter, different newsletters, but in different languages, so that we actually target and reach a larger population of GCIS, including the public.
We now introduce staff that recently joined us. Goodbye to those who are leaving, and congratulate those who got promoted.
My name is Deb Khotawan from Internal Audit. My last day here in GCIS will be on the 31st of October 2012. I will miss you guys. Bye-bye.
Hi, Let's Talk viewers. I'm Lona Mchingila. I'm happy to be part of the GCIS community, and I'm hoping that I will be giving valuable support to the organization at large.
Hi colleagues, my name is Bangani Manyati. I'm new in GCIS. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chipwa Singo. I've joined GCIS in February on the 20th on a contract basis, and recently this month in October I've just joined GCIS on a permanent basis.
Hi, my name is Ukeswa Mabete. Most managers that I worked with noticed my work and the effort that I put on my work, of which it helped me. Now I'm an assistant director at Provincial and Local Liaison under Stakeholder Management Unit. If you put effort and passion in what you're doing, you are able to realize what your goals are.
My name is Dikeledi. I have been promoted to be the Provincial Administration Officer. I started on my new role on the 1st of August 2012.
Good day, colleagues. My name is Letlhonolo Utica Sebati. I'm now being appointed as the Senior State Accountant. I must say I'm very honored and thankful for the opportunity.
Welcome once again to all our new colleagues who joined us recently. And congratulations to you, Uticas, on your new promotion. Colleagues, once again, we would like to remind you to keep sending us your suggestions and or comments. You can do so by blog posting on the GCIS blog or to the email address now appearing on screen. Until we meet again next time, keep striving for that communication excellento.
That brings us to almost an end of our Let's Talk edition. Stay tuned while we play the calendar of events for November month. Till we meet next time, from me and Let's Talk team, bye.
Bye.